The more open your eyes become, the more aware you become, the more truth you start to see in this world, it becomes easier, but it becomes harder in certain ways. Small example on a low scale. So I got home, I'm hungry. I didn't buy lunch in the street because I realized that everything, almost all your choices are fake foods, junk foods. I saw a study, an independent study. I should be able to link it. I always say I'm going to link it, but I don't get around to linking it. They did a list of like 20 companies, restaurants, who uses now lab-grown meat, fake meat. They're not using real, a cow for beef. They're using fake shit and selling it in the restaurants. And you don't know because when you order the food on the restaurant menu, they don't tell you that. At least in the supermarket, you might be able to see where the meat that you're buying was bought from, maybe. But restaurants don't tell you, okay, we get our supply of beef from such and such farm or such and such company or factory. So it would take an independent outside agency to actually go and do some research. You can find out, but if you go to a restaurant, more than likely you didn't go and do extensive research before you order the freaking filet mignon. You just order it. You don't know if it's real filet mignon, lab created, or printed. They season it up and give it to you, eat it. So I get grass-fed milk. I buy the one that says grass-fed, right? Non-GMO, right? It's $9.99, $10 a box. Oh my God. But hey, that's what I don't want, the mucus, I don't want the hormones. So I like milk sometimes, in my cereal especially. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna drink milk, but I want whole milk sometimes. I used to do skim, so I said, okay, let me get the one that says it's organic, grass-fed, pasture, all that bullshit. And I just opened the box. I only have a little bit left. And I noticed they were like, I would like to warm my milk up. So I put it in my toaster oven. Look how paranoid I am. Put it in the toaster oven. Took it out. It was nice and hot, the milk. And I was going to put my cereal in it. I saw little black spots all over it. I'm like, what the frick is this? But then I realized somebody, probably my son, had burnt something in my toaster oven. Because then I put the napkin in there and it was black stuff. I said, okay, calm down. I'm still not going to drink it, right? Burnt toast or burnt something. Because the toaster oven is only about this wide from top to bottom. So if you put something in there, it could brush against the top. Okay. I could pour myself some more milk. I said, I'll drink it cold. I went to pour the Great Grains cereal. Supposed to be non-GMO Great Grains, right? Raisins, dates, rice. All right. 2 big chunks. Look like 2 fucking cockroaches, to be honest. It's either 4 raisins squashed and stuck together that makes it look like 2 big brown cockroaches. Didn't look like raisins. I said, are they dates? Dates in this? No, it's listed raisins, not dates. But they didn't look like raisins. I said, well, they look like they were pressed down because all this shit is made in a factory, right? Automated. I didn't taste it. I smelled it and I squeezed it. I said, you know what, to be safe, it could be squashed cockroaches. Probably not. Or it could be squashed raisins. Threw the shit in the trash. But it's getting to the point where everything that's in a box, everything that's manufactured in an industrialized plant is suspect. It's all suspect. Chick-fil-A, I used to eat it. I stopped eating Chick-fil-A a few months ago. A lot of times at work, they'll bring a customer or somebody will bring a bag of Chick-fil-A. And the last couple of times they did that, I didn't eat it. It hurt, but I didn't eat it. Because I learned, and I think it was because the founder of Chick-fil-A, the father died, passed away. His son is running it or something like that. I got to look into the details. But they're not getting their chicken from the same supplier. The chicken is different. The French fries, the waffle fries are completely different. It used to be real potatoes Now you squeeze it and it's like squeezing air fried oil. You used to squeeze it and white potatoes would come out. Now you squeeze a waffle fry and there's no potatoes in them. The bread, they said, has like 20 chemicals. It's like McDonald's. I'm not going to eat Chick-fil-A anymore. So this is my plan. I have a plan. I'm going to go. I've been researching it today at lunch. I'm going to go to a farm. They have farms in Georgia that claim to be, I'm going to call each one. There's 5 on my list that claim to be grass-fed, no hormones. They sell beef. I'm going to look into it. They claim to be the ones that sell the chicken and the eggs. I'm going to research these 5 farms within 2 hours of my house in Georgia. I'm going to find the one that I can speak to. If they're willing to speak to me, I want a mom and pop organization. I don't want a big industrialized place. And I'm going to buy a mini deep freezer. They said, 1.7 cubic feet. I don't know, but it's going to be a little mini freezer like that. I have 2 mini fridges. I'm going to give one away and I'm going to keep one. And I'm going to get a mini freezer, put it next to my refrigerator. Or I could just use my freezer, but my freezer is not going to hold it. I want to get a supply of fresh chicken, fresh beef, fresh, maybe, I decide if I want pork or not. But I'm going to go to a farm and stock my freezer. I'm going to find a farm that sells fresh fruits and vegetables here in Georgia within 2 hours of me or less, hopefully. And I think my sister says she knows one that's an hour and a half away. And I'm gonna get my fruits. I'm gonna see if they do heirloom seeds. I have actually a vegetable grower that I've never opened. It's one of those hydroponic vegetable growers that's supposed to grow lettuce or spinach. I'm gonna actually unbox it. I've had it for like 2 years. My sister's like, "You're not gonna use it." Yes, I am. I didn't use it. I'm gonna start using it this weekend. I'm gonna take it out of the box and I'm gonna start growing my own lettuce, because now you're hearing on the internet, whether it's true or not, I'm going to err on the side of caution, because a lot of things that people thought was tinfoil hat outrageous in 2025, 2026 has turned out to be true. 5 years ago, a year ago, if you would have, I've been saying it, but if most people were being told that they eat babies, people were like, "Oh my God, conspiracy theorists." Now it turns out a certain group of people are doing that. I'm gonna be cautious, and if I have to, like, I was hungry all day because I just couldn't eat. I ate at J&J the other day, fish, delicious fried fish, but everything is deep fried, and I think some type of really greasy vegetable oil. It's not even deep fried in lard, which would be better, or avocado oil. It's in the most cheapest industrial oil that they reuse and reuse. I learned that is literally poisoning yourself. Vegetables, soybean, canola, deep fried and refried, you're literally pumping stuff into your cells in your blood that is you're killing yourself straight up. It's not an exaggeration. When you eat deep fried foods that's deep fried in the restaurant oil, if you're not deep frying it at home with avocado oil, I think it's olive, avocado, or they said lard, but it has to be a really good high grade of lard. But these processed oils, you're literally giving yourself cancer. And I tested it. For the 3rd time, I went and had some JJ's last week. I got the scallops and the fried shrimp and fried okra. Everything on the plate deep fried and breaded. Put it on a napkin. The napkin became completely soaked. When I say completely soaked, it scared the shit out of me. Not enough because I ate it, but the napkin was so soaked. The napkin itself looked like it was dipped in oil. A day, not the next day, but the next day after eating it, like one day, and then the second day, I couldn't walk. My joints were inflamed. My heart was hurting. My hips were on fire. It's absolutely diet. It's 90% diet. It's mindset, but it's diet. I'm like, no more. I'm done. I learned my lesson. I'm going to eat fried foods, but I'm going to fry it myself in the proper grease. My great grains. Like I said, was that a cockroach? Probably not, but I threw it away because I know what a raisin looks like. Those didn't look like raisins. Those two things look like what a water bug cockroach, the big one, would look like if it was squished and fried. I threw that shit away. Am I still eating the great grains? Yeah, but I'm going to have to find a cereal that I can eat that I can trust, because everything that's in a box that is industrialized is suspect. My grandbaby, my daughter, she knows, but she doesn't know better. And the older you get, the wiser you should get. And I tell my daughter, since you order, what do you call it, Instacart or whatever. What do you call it? Kroger delivers, Walmart delivers. I said, look, please spend the extra $10 on your overall grocery list. It's worth it. Buy as much non-GMO foods as you can. Don't even worry about organic, non-GMO. She gets Dannon yogurt. The baby loves yogurt. Dannon is a major corporation. I don't know who owns it. Hershey, maybe? I don't know. These corporations are strictly evil. I'm going to say what I came here to say. Let me tell you something. This is going to sound like a tinfoil hat conspiracy theory. This thought came into my mind. Big corporations, I think everybody should know by now, don't give a shit about me and you. The agenda is demonic. I'm not going to get into too much detail, because if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. The agenda is demonic, and it's way deeper than most people suspect. Major corporations. Did you know that the Hershey Corporation is evil? What's the corporation that was killing babies back like 50 years ago on purpose? They were making baby formula. They knew it was They knew it was killing babies, but they left it on the market and all over the world, overseas. And it wasn't until they were forced to stop selling it that they stopped. They willfully were poisoning babies. You think they stopped doing that? Hershey, on the label of a Hershey chocolate bar, it tells you it contains genetically engineered ingredients that have been known to cause cancer. There are foods they are selling that causes birth defects. They know it, and they'll tell you, but most people don't read the fine print. Most people don't even do it. What was it? Somebody said there was a restaurant. I think it's in Chicago. There was a restaurant somewhere. Jack in the Box? I don't know. In-N-Out restaurant. I don't know if there's no In-N-Out in Georgia. I don't know. But it was on YouTube and Facebook. This guy, there was a sign on the door, but you could barely see the sign. And it said there was a black neighborhood, black people. All bunch of black people in the car in there buying In-N-Out. In the line, in the drive-thru. And on the door of this restaurant, it literally, he read the fine print and he put his phone, but it was hard to see it. And it literally said, you buy the food out of this restaurant. The food in this restaurant is cooked in chemicals that causes birth defects and cancer. They have to tell you, the devil has to give you freedom of choice. Now, if you don't read the sign, or if you see that sign and you still go in there and you order you some fast food from that restaurant, it's on you. And it absolves Satan of his responsibility. It absolves the people that's killing you of their responsibility, because they're saying, I'm killing you. You're going to buy this, and you're buying it. If you don't know, you don't know. You're ignorant. But if you actually know, if they're actually telling you, and you still, Chick-fil-A has not denied the allegations. 20 chemicals in their chicken buns, in the bread. They said like 75 chemicals in the stuff they dip the chicken in. Chemicals. Why? Just give me real chicken and dip it in butter. Why are you dipping it in chemicals? They're trying to reduce the population. And that's a fact. It was on the Georgia Guidestones that somebody blew up. It's a very demonic agenda. Very evil. If you know that something you're eating is killing you, are you suicidal? Why are you eating it? Okay, that being said, I just have to come here and say this. We gotta do better. We all gotta stop shopping at Walmart. When you start becoming, I don't want to use corny words, but when you start realizing and your eyes start to get opened, you go to the supermarket and you see a little section of fruits and vegetables, which are now co-opted. They're now saying they can inject the COVID vaccine into fruits and vegetables. Somebody said lettuce can be, you can put, whether it's true or not, I'm going to err on the side of caution, because all the conspiracy theorists in all of history turn out to date to be right. So if the rumor is that they're injecting vegetables. First of all, the vegetables are GMO, genetically modified and fake, and they're making fake vegetables and injecting them with poisons and vaccines that are killing your DNA. Nah, I'm not buying it. I'm going to buy heirloom seeds before they run out and start corrupting those, and I'm going to grow my own shit. Even if I have to buy it in a little mini hydroponic, I have a little one, I'm going to get a bigger one, vegetable growing system, and growing it in my house or on the back porch. And also, I got to start, because her mother's not going to listen. My daughter's not going to listen. She doesn't mean any harm, but she's not going to take the time out and buy organic, shop organic. She's, oh, damn, but I'm going to spend an extra $15 a week. And she's not going to listen. And I want my grandbaby to eat real food. She's 2 years old. I don't want her eating genetically modified organisms.